I have gotten so many questions in my comments and in my Discord about this little symbol here that is not going to focus. This is a World Edition Nintendo 3DS game. What is going on with these things? Are they less valuable? Are they authentic copies? Let's talk about it. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Botox Media. Today, I wanted to just go ahead and do this. I've had so many questions asking about World Edition versus actual regular copies of Nintendo 3DS games that I figured, you know what, it's time to clear the air, time to quell any rumors about these things, because people, to be fair, I think I'm kind of to blame in my own videos. People think these things are like the plague, and there's no reason for that. So I'll put it this way. My personal preference is no World Edition. It's kind of like having a Nintendo Select in my eyes. It's not the first print. It's not the original box art. It is a little different here, as you can see. It is literally, though, however, just the that little logo there. So why are people freaking out about this? Well, it really just comes down to this. And well, for me anyway, I just like to have the regular copy. So I mean, basically what this is for the there might be World Editions on Wii. Yeah, there is on Wii, because I know Skyward Sword has one. I actually had one of those as a young lad. I think I might still have that, actually. Basically, a World Edition is just a reprinted copy that Nintendo did with more languages on the cartridge, is my understanding. Like this one, it says, it says UAE, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, Singapore, and then it says official product. So it was to get into more markets, I guess, while keeping down costs and not having to do a million different versions. I am sorry my camera looks like that. They're just regular games. They are official Nintendo products. They're not unauthentic. They are authentic releases from Nintendo. As a collector, I personally try to avoid them, and I will pay a little bit more of a premium to avoid that. Like right here, I paid a tiny bit more. God dang, my camera sucked, though. I paid a little bit more for Kirby Planet Robot than I should have, based on how much the difference was between this and a World Edition. I think I paid like a $15 difference just to not have that stupid little logo there, which to those watching, that's probably ridiculous. And I'll admit, it is ridiculous. It is stupid. That is collector brain going crazy. There is nothing wrong with having a World Edition. If you want to play a game, okay, here's the thing, especially if you're buying a game simply to play it, which I know sounds ridiculous. Obviously, we should all be buying games to play them, but I won't lie, I have bought a lot of games simply for a collection purpose. But if you're buying a game to play it, bro, just get the World Edition. There is no shame in that. There is literally no reason not to do it, especially if it's significantly cheaper. I actually, so I bought this. I didn't realize the Mario Tennis Open. When I bought that, I didn't realize it was a World Edition. And at first I was like, oh man, that kind of sucks. Having the singular World Edition in my collection is kind of weird. I don't really like that. However, there is one case where I actually went out of my way to buy a World Edition because it was that much cheaper. And that was on the Switch. I don't have it with me. It's up on my Switch shelf. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This game has gone very much out of print on the Nintendo Switch. The price for a North American physical copy has risen quite a bit. However, for a World Edition, it's about MSRP. So in that case, I just went ahead and bought a World Edition. However, the nice thing about that was on the Switch World Editions, they actually don't have it on the front cover. It's on the back. So for me, I was like, okay, you know what? Not even that bad. I can deal with that. But just to reiterate, they work completely fine. If you are just going to play the game, just do that. It's usually cheaper. Maybe not by much for most games, maybe $5 here, $5 there, $10 there, for certain games. But usually it is across the board cheaper, and they play completely fine. You will not have any issues with a World Edition Nintendo 3DS game. I believe in some cases that's actually a little bit beneficial. I've heard that European copies of, well, I guess this doesn't really apply, but I know some copies, I've had a couple people comment this, and I mentioned it in a couple videos also. There are certain copies of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire that like the cartridges went bad or something. I think from the first printing or something. It might have just been North American copies. I don't know why my camera's being so bright right now. Here, have the Coke can. There's something wrong with certain like ORAS copies, Pokemon ORAS. And there are World Editions of those games. So correct me in the comments down below, but my assumption would be that the World Edition ones that were printed way later would be fine, right? Right? So in some cases, I'd imagine they even have advantages in that regard. I don't know if this game has had patches. Maybe the patches are included. Probably not, but that'd be a nice little benefit. But yeah, moral of the story is they're cheaper. Unless you're an insane collector like me, just get the World Edition. And it's funny because there are certain games, I don't know if it's still the case, but I remember even just like a few years ago, you could go on Amazon and buy World Edition Wii games. Like you could get Mario Kart Wii, you could get Skyward Sword like I did. These copies stay in stock way longer than the regular edition. Really makes me wish that the Pokemon Company and Nintendo had continued doing it for the Pokemon DS games for much longer. I would have no trouble having a World Edition Platinum or something, or Heart Gold, and in the big box, you know. Shout out, you know, Nintendo, if you ever want to start up production on DS cartridges again, do that, please. But yeah, I just wanted to get this video out because I have had so many comments about it. No, it is literally just this. It is just a stupid little logo. The games play completely fine. There is nothing wrong with this. You are not a lesser person for owning that. However, let's get to the next kind of phase of this discussion, the actual collector's value. As a collector, I want to have the non-World Edition because although I have no intention of ever selling my games, I really don't, unless a tornado hits my house, you know, could happen. A volcano erupts, could definitely happen where I'm at. Unless something really bad happens and I need money, I have no intention of selling my 3DS games. So, for me, I'm willing to, I guess, I don't want to use this word, but invest a little bit more into a copy that isn't World Edition. Does that make sense? I'm not gonna sell it. I like knowing that it's like the first print, not even the first print, but like the original. You know, you walk into GameStop and buy this kind of release. Because I'm not, you know, if someone can help me in the comments down below on this one, I'm not sure where they actually distributed these. I keep showing the same game because this is the only one I have. Where did World Edition games like get distributed? Is it just online? Was it like a Nintendo store? I'm not really sure how it works. I never seen one of these in stores. So I'd be curious to see how that works. But other than that though, nothing different. Cartridge, if it'll probably not focus. Crop focus, Nintendo, focus. Can't really see it. My camera sucks, but the cartridge is the exact same as it would be in a regular game. It literally says nothing different on it. There might be like a different number on the back. This one says patent pending. I think they all say that. But yeah, for me, it comes down to just like mental collector brain. I just want to have it be not World Edition, but it doesn't really matter to me. And while we're on the topic, let's just talk about other 3DS covers. So of course there's Nintendo Selects. I don't actually have any 3DS Nintendo Selects right now. Those things are hideous, and the spine is actually different. And that, okay, here's the thing I'll say, right? I do not mind. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Let's play a little game, fellas. If my camera will even let me. Okay, it's just a black. Oh my, come on, camera. What is this, bro? What? Okay, you can kind of see it. You can kind of see what I'm going for here. Oh my god, my camera sucks. Okay, the point I'm trying to make is, I have 3 3DS games here. They all have something different going on, but from the spine, you can't tell. With Nintendo Selects, it has like a little icon on the spine, which I hate. 3DS Nintendo Selects are pretty, you know, inoffensive from the side view, which is what matters most for me on the shelf. But you look at like, you know, GameCube Player's Choice or like Xbox Platinum Hits, those spines are hideous. The 3DS is pretty tame, but I still don't like having that little icon. Maybe as like a separate set. I think I have Pikmin 3 as a Nintendo Select and as a regular game. Maybe if I was going to go for a Nintendo Selects, but as like its own little, you know, collecting thing, that'd be okay. But for me, I do not want to have that. And then, so yeah, there's Nintendo Selects. Here's the thing. I think in some cases, the games are actually a little bit more rare as a Select. I know Tomodachi Life for 3DS there for a while was actually pretty expensive as a Nintendo Select. The price on that game has gone down quite a bit in general. So that one's a little interesting. There might be other examples. Let me know in the comments below. But then also, this is a Canadian copy. This is a mistake a lot of people are probably going to make. This is a Canadian copy of Yoshi's New Island where it just says it supports French as a language, which is interesting. So once again, nothing wrong with this. It plays completely fine. It is an authentic copy of the game. But yeah, it just says on the front of the cover, plays in French and English. So not a big deal, but if you like that pure cover art like me, you know, it's a little annoying. When I bought this, and when I bought the Mario Tennis Open, I didn't realize they actually had those on the cover. So just be diligent. If you're like me and you have that poo-poo brain, just pay attention when you buy these things. But there you guys have it. This is going to be a shorter video. I just wanted to talk about this because I've gotten so many questions about World Edition. Moral of the story, guys, unless you're insane, just buy the World Edition. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no reason to not buy a World Edition Nintendo 3DS game. There you guys have it. If you enjoyed this video, if you found this informative, of course, you can subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any other 3DS content. You can follow me on Twitter at BoTalksMedia, and you can join my Discord. A link to that is down in the description. I apologize. I need to get a camera. What do you guys think? Should I invest? I use that word again. Should I invest in a new camera for my videos? Because this is getting ridiculous. This happened in another video. I don't know. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.